Hi guys, I'm Blair and this is Bob's Bungalow, which is pretty pixelated right now. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sweet, okay. This addition to a Californian bungalow in Strathmore, Melbourne is a response to countless conversations with two romantics in semi-retirements, accompanied by their rescue dogs and at one time the project's namesake, the dearly departed Bob. Project meetings typically involved sharing food, so this was conducive to extended, wide-ranging discussions on subjects other than architecture, film, the veggie garden, and the decades already lived within the house. And this guy ate so much it was really rude. These long lunches and the idiosyncrasies of both individuals have now somehow, through osmosis, manifested into a building that evokes their personalities, where a simple diagram for the new building envelope affords a loose, playful approach to the spaces within, a backdrop to an authentic client lifestyle and decades of collected treasures. So the site is located on the land of the Wurundjeri Willem people in Strathmore, north of Melbourne. It's a quiet, leafy suburb, and the 600 square metre site is typical of the area. The street is lined with a mix of 20th century period homes with generous front setbacks. This is the bungalow frontage, which is mostly obscured by garden. The original bungalow was built around 1930 and our clients had lived there since 1980. This is the old lean-to on the north end of the bungalow that was removed, and the kitchen used in this state for 41 years by the clients, and the living room looking north, and their eclectic collection of decor. So this is the demo plan. A non-negotiable with the client, the builder client soon became the preservation of these internal walls here, because they're propping up this hip and a purlin rafter. Oh, sorry, a hip rafter and a purlin. And then just moving straight to the new addition. The new addition is a simple rectangular envelope facing north, minimised to an area of only 66 square metres. So a total of 42 square metres increase in floor area. Economising the building envelope was a key agenda in terms of minimising embodied energy, managing cost, and the retention of an established garden. So the must-keep wall became the dividing wall between the two wet areas, where the services were already close by. The old kitchen bay window was beyond repair, so we introduced a new bay window to accommodate a vanity unit and a seat within the ensuite. And a previously undersized bedroom was extended into a wide hallway, and then various zones within the living area were defined by changes in material levels and volume. And the roof plan, it's a simple skillion with a little flat section that's lower and that sleeves under the bungalow eave. And then the section, so a little nook for records and magazines is delineated from the sunken lounge via changes in level, a curved skylight and a planter box. There's also this really nice relationship between the lounge seat and this outdoor seat, which you'll see later in the imagery. And then also at the apex of this roof is a louvered shading device. So more on that. The north facade is a composite structure characterised by a gantry-like frame and mesh louvers. The louvers are manually dialed to invite or limit heat gain. So this dynamic eave offers an additional band of solar access and heat gain in winter, that orange band. The louvers work in concert with a tiled slab and reverse brick veneer walls, efficiently storing heat from the winter sun and giving the building envelope the inertia required to mitigate temperature fluctuations. The louvers can also be positioned horizontally to extend the eave depth, blocking direct sun at the base of the glazing that can occur on a warm day close to an equinox. So this is the structural frame before the louver chassis was attached. So the very end of those laminated beams tie into the steel louver frame. So the cantilevered members are doing more than just supporting the eave roof. They also partially support the facade shading system. And just to give you a reminder of what that louver system looks like. So a key collaborator was Carl Schnell, an aeronautical engineer come steel fabricator who co-designed and built the mesh louvers. An important bit of coordination was ensuring the structural steel section could house a CNC machined worm drive that allows the louvers to be manually wound. And here's the Enigma himself getting his hands dirty. So the clients lived on site. The clients lived on site during a build that took 3.5 years. This created an intimate link with the construction site and allowed us to forensically test details in place. Sometimes this involved testing one another, but ultimately we all got through it smiling. So here's the bungalow and the addition nestled into the back garden. That's a view from the hallway. And then moving through to the new addition with views to the garden beyond. Conceptually, the interior was developed as a series of architectural elements that are seemingly grafted together. A concrete step becomes a fireplace hearth or the base of a timber shelf, or it slides under the pantry to become a kitchen kicker. Then that pantry folds into a doorway enclave. A planter box becomes a TV cabinet, or a terrazzo bench coasts past a cupboard to become playfully propped by a stainless steel leg. The clients embraced decision-making with a sense of joy and experimentation. Choices weren't based on trend or precedent, rather their isolated emotional response to what we presented. The ceiling is a panel made from recycled plastic. We specified locally sourced timber, tapware and bricks. Procurement as owner builders enabled our clients to act upon their interest in sustainability with complete agency on its assembly. So in relation to budget, a rate of 4K a square metre including GST was achieved. And the owners love to build, so Bob's Bungalow will continue to transform and evolve. There'll always be something to do. This is the ensuite with the vanity unit cum seat. And then moving outside, the mesh and glass facade, which is mostly obscured, or it can't be seen in its entirety. Here's a photo of that interface between the two seats, indoor and out. And then the shed. The shed was made from the old lean-to. It was intended to be temporary, but it soon became an object of sentimentality and utility. So it graduated from being the site shed to just the shed now. While the louvers are quite recessive internally, externally they completely characterise that facade. And then moving back further into the yard, and then even back into the veggie patch, and just finishing up. So as a space that complements an authentically full life and decades of collected treasures, Bob's Bungalow is unashamedly pastiche-like, a physical translation of an ongoing collaboration and friendship. That's it.